Breaking news here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. The Chiefs have made another signing, and that is defensive tackle Danny Shelton agreeing to a one-year deal. Here's ESPN's Adam Schefter with the news. Chiefs and veteran free agent defensive tackle Danny Shelton have agreed to terms on a one-year contract per his agent Drew Rosenhaus and Ryan Matha. Shelton was most recently with the Giants. Now, the Raiders, I believe, recently worked him out yesterday or the day before. Can't remember which, but in the last 24, 48 hours, he worked out for Vegas, and now the Chiefs pounce and sign him. We'll see if it's a vet minimum type deal or if he gets a little bit more money. But one thing I do really like is I like the Chiefs beefing up the defensive line, because that is something we have talked about in length this offseason, edge specifically, but also defensive tackle, that you got to get stronger and deeper up front. Danny Shelton's going to help you do that. I wouldn't say he's going to have the impact of a Carlos Dunlap, but I do expect him to have an impact on this defensive front, and I do expect him to make this football team and be in the defensive tackle rotation. Grade the signing of Danny Shelton, A, B, C, D, or F. Obviously, we don't have the exact monetary figures, but I can't imagine it's much more than the vet men, if not just the vet men. A, B, C, D, or F. Drop a letter grade down in the comments section. Grade the signing of Danny Shelton. Now, you look at his last several seasons, last year with the Giants, kind of a rotation defensive tackle, which is really what he is at this point, a run-stopping DT. 31 tackles, half a sack, had a quarterback hit. With the Lions, 37 tackles, a sack, 4 quarterback hits. Patriots the year before, 61 tackles, 6 QB hits, 3 sacks. Definitely his best year over the past 4 years there. I kind of view this Danny Shelton signing similarly to when Mike Pennell signed with the Chiefs a few years ago. Like, he's not going to give you a ton of raw stats, but he's going to eat up blockers. He's going to be a rotation guy, good run stopper. I wouldn't predict him to start. I think Derek Notty's probably going to start next to Chris Jones, but probably leapfrogs Kalen Saunders, Tershawn Wharton, and Stallworth on the other side. Stallworth has been a little bit banged up during camp as well. So you get a nice little bowling ball defensive tackle in Shelton that can come in on obvious rundowns. I will say this. I think Kalen Saunders just got put on notice by Kansas City. This is a player who's entering, year 4 now, last year of his rookie contract. He's been on the roster bubble for a couple of years. I think his roster spot could be in jeopardy following this signing. That is something else to consider here, as you don't sign a veteran like this unless you feel like you need to bolster the position. That tells me they don't feel good about where Kalen Saunders is at this point in time. I believe Shelton's a solid addition. He's going to rotate. He's going to help stop the run. Like I said, Mike Pennell-esque, maybe a tick better, should have a little more juice left in the tank compared to what Pennell had when he came over a couple of years ago. Remember how big of an impact he had as a midseason signing during the Super Bowl season? He was great down the stretch and in the playoffs. Obviously, this is different time of year. We don't know how exactly he's going to fit in or play, but I do expect him to have a role on this football team. And we talked about the Carlos Dunlap addition. You get 2 legitimate defensive linemen that could start, but for sure be rotation guys in Dunlap and now in Shelton. I feel really, really good about this group compared to just a couple of weeks ago where I had major question marks. I thought the defensive line was the biggest weakness on this team. Now, I would not necessarily say that. This is why you subscribe to the channel, because when the Chiefs make a move, we break it down. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We had a Chiefs mailbag go out a couple of hours ago here on the channel, so after this video, if you want to go check that out, you can. Just go to the content tab and find our recent videos. Share that link below. That's flashing as well. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. The latest Chiefs news, rumors, training camp updates. We're going to have you guys covered for all of it. Plus, preseason action this weekend should be a fun one against the Chicago Bears. You think we're done? We're not. We got a major injury update for you guys. Rashad Fenton has officially been activated off the PUP list. He's been dealing with a shoulder injury throughout most of the offseason. He is back. Tweeted out earlier today before practice, and then did practice. Says, first day out with the guys. What a time to be alive, with the little flex emoji there for Mr. Rashad Fenton. He's back in plenty of time. This is really good news. To get him back before the first preseason game is big. Now, I don't know if I would necessarily anticipate him playing against the Bears in the preseason opener. They'll probably ramp him up a little bit, but we did see him get some reps today at cornerback in some individual drills. Not sure how much teamwork he did, but he's out there back in plenty of time. He's been rehabbing, and if he can play how he played last year, I think he can be a big-time player. I won't label CB1, CB2, CB3 at this point. Snead's going to be the primary nickel, I think, but Fenton played like a CB1 at times last year, and I think he's capable of being that guy. Last year, sure, 33 of 47 is a good percentage, but they didn't target him hardly at all. That's less than 3 targets per game, targeting Rashad Fenton, less than 300 yards, had 7 pass breakups, didn't give up a touchdown, didn't have a pick, but he played really, really well. No big completions. That's less than 9 yards of completion given up by Rashad Fenton, and with Charvarius Ward gone this year, I assume he's going to be expected to play a major role at this cornerback position. So I'm excited to have him back. Time to ramp him up and get into a competitive CB room that has some new faces in the fold. Remember, no DeAndre Baker. He's been cut as well. Ward is gone. You got McDuffie now, a couple other rookies. So nice to see Rashad Fenton come in here and get to compete and hopefully earn a starting role, because I think he is a starting caliber player for this defense. Grade the Chiefs cornerback room right now. Scale it of 1 to 100. I feel pretty good about it. I'll go 80. There's still some question marks here, but if Fenton is back and healthy, I think that is a very, very good sign. Give me a grade. Scale it from 1 to 100 for the Chiefs cornerback room as it currently sits. Now, we're toward the end of the video here, and if you're a real one, well, you are, because you made it to the end of the video. Type real one in the comments, but also get a Real One t-shirt. We launched these about a week ago now, actually, and they're starting to sell like crazy, and it's time for you to get in line. Chatsports.com/RealKC. If you're a real one, if you love the Chiefs, if you love the Chiefs Report, go ahead and get a Real One t-shirt at chatsports.com/RealKC. A link is in the comments and in the description of this video. And just spam Real One down below, because the real ones make it through the entire video. They stick with us throughout today's show, so appreciate that. Real One roll call, comment Real One down below, and pick up a t-shirt today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. News of the day, Danny Shelton signing on a 1-year contract. I think he'll be a viable rotation defensive tackle. We'll see what that means for Kalen Saunders and a couple of other guys moving forward. And then also Rashad Fenton back on the field, off the PUP list, getting to start working at that cornerback position. So very, very nice to see indeed. All right, appreciate you guys for tuning in. The real ones are still with us. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon here on the Chiefs Report.